Well, it's not Wednesday, so I can't say happy hump day. Hi, I'm Nana, and we're going to go over some of the headlines across the nation, possibly if I have time, all over. So let's see. We'll start off with MLive since we're here in Michigan. And they're talking about, if you go to the main page, as you can see, they're talking about the cool weather slated for this first week in August. Supposed to be a meteor shower, looks like. Oh, accident, reruns, motorcycle, Ypsilanti. Talking about face diapers for people with the jab, as well as the bug moves right along. And they're trying to say that the bug is connected to faster horses from over here in Jackson County. And it's not the only thing that spreads around that kind of a venue. They had 3 boys pass because of some kind of a leak in their generator or something. It was sad. 3 boys passed away. Really, really sad. The lambda, what to look for. What I was hoping to do was just to go over the headlines like this, and then you could hop on over to my Rumble channel, and I would post my opinion of what I see, because my other channel, it will not let me post until October. It originally was August, but because I repealed it, they said, nope, now it's October. So that's what's on the head page. And they got raffle off 8-story building to raise money for Muskegon Rescue Mission. Shiawassee County Commissioners call for chairman's resignation after botched hazard pay distribution. Wow. The lambda bug was found in Calhoun County. Olympics roundup. Grand Valley State introduces new coach. Wow, let's go into a little more. And it's really weird how MLive does it, because they have the same stuff you'll see as I click on other, but this is what's considered this area. So this would be like this section of the newspaper. I miss the old newspaper. I don't know about you guys, but I miss the old newspapers. Print was always better. So their CDC is recommending masks for vaccinated people as COVID spreads yet again. Then we have Shiawassee County Commissioners call for chairman's resignation after a botched hazard pay distribution. So 2 members of the County Board of Commissioners are calling for Chairman Jeremy Root to resign following a botched attempt to distribute COVID-19 relief funds to the county's top officials, including himself. And that's by Ron Fonger at MLive. Cases connected to faster horses on the rise, will likely continue to climb, officials say. Oh, and here they're going to tell you which mask offers the best protection. So former Food and Drug Administration official has advice for people as the lambda continues to spread. Put your diaper on. And the quality of mask matters. Speaking on CBS's Face the Nation, Scott Gottlieb said the lambda isn't more airborne than the original, and it's not more likely to be permeable to a mask. Sure. So a mask can still be helpful, I think, though, if you're going to consider wearing a mask, the quality of the mask does matter, Gottlieb said. So if you can get your hands on a KN95 mask or an N95 mask, that's going to afford you a lot more protection. So isn't this what they said about this last year? But then we found that not to be the case. I don't know. Trust is a big thing. Gotta earn mine. And ain't nobody earned it so far. That's my opinion. That's going to get me in trouble, damn it. Be in my big mouth. So Michigan school districts were awarded $450,000 grant to feed students going hungry during the pandemic. And the judge orders return of Shiawassee hazard pay until the new public vote. So they're saying that outbreaks at U of M last year mostly stayed on campus. So that's interesting. Really, why does it always do that? Michigan Civil Rights Department has a new leader after a short search. Daniel Levy, Dr. Augustin Arbulu, Mary Engelham, and Lori Bowers Vinson from the Michigan Department of Civil Rights conduct fact-finding hearings on Thursday, March 8th, in the Greater Grand Rapids incident pertaining to allegations of racial discrimination by Grand Rapids Police, Alyssa Keown, MLive. So attorney John Johnson Jr. was unanimously selected to lead the Michigan Civil Rights Department after serving nearly 2 months as interim director. Johnson, who applied for the director position in the past, served as the department's legislative liaison, special advisor to the commission until previous civil rights director James White stepped down. June 1, the Michigan Civil Rights Commission unanimously voted Monday night to appoint Johnson, who said he sees a lot of potential for what the department can accomplish. Interesting. Garrett Soldano outraises other Republican candidates for governor at $625,000. He raised more than the rest of the field combined, by Emily Lawler at mlive.com. So going forward, $385 million going toward Michigan flood recovery, COVID-19 relief, and wrongful imprisonment compensation. The governor signed the supplemental budget bill on Monday. That was yesterday. That was our public interest section. Let's go there. And then you've got Garrett on this tab again. And that's the flood recovery tab. So there's really nothing new. It's like public interest and this one are all the same. I think MLive's getting lazy. Why choosing between Tom Brady, Bill Belichick was a no-brainer for Matt Damon an hour ago by Mike Rosenstein. NJ Advanced Media for NJ.com. And we've already saw that. Wow. Oh, so that's MLive. Let's hit Detroit news. Winners named in Michigan lottery. Lawyers cite Trump's election suspicions in fight against sanctions. 6 lawyers facing sanctions in Michigan over their attempt to reverse the state's suspicions about the highest levels of government and other reasons they should not be penalized. Southfield attorney Donald Campbell, who's representing Sidney Powell and other lawyers in the Detroit U.S. District Court, filed a brief Monday levying a variety of arguments why Judge Linda Parker should deny motions for sanctions. The document came 2 weeks after the judge in Michigan's Eastern District held a high-profile 6-hour hearing on the subject. In this case, the attorneys didn't just have suspicions based merely on their own beliefs. Campbell wrote Monday they had evidence that those working at the highest levels shared their suspicions. That context makes this case exceptional as a reason for the court to deny their defendants and interveners' request for sanctions. Much of the debate had focused on whether the legal team that sought to have Mr. T named Michigan's winner properly vetted affidavits from individuals who claimed they witnessed wrongdoing. It's been attributable to their effort. Trump lost. Campbell wrote Monday that attorneys who brought the case were not the only individuals who viewed claims about the state's affidavits. Huh. Interesting. MLive didn't report on that. When was that? Oh, that was today. Craig Mauger from the Detroit News posted that. Detroit mayor race has potential for historic first. Gosh, really? Sorry, I get lost. I'm like, really? Yeah. So, Governor, and of course, this is for subscribers, and I can't read it, so I can't see that one. But it says Governor Gretchen Whitmer uses a state policy to raise millions. According to MLife, she's still behind Garrett Soldano. Kind of funny, you know? Isn't that what they said? Garrett Soldano almost made the front page. Almost didn't, but almost. He was on one of the. Anyways, we get back there. So more stories. Romulus site selected for Ford battery facility, Ion Park. I don't know what that means. Oh, ex-U.S. Senator Mike Enzi of Wyoming dies after bicycle accident. Hmm. Yeah. Is that Dugan? Yeah. I've heard a lot of people don't like him. Mayor Mike Dugan. Detroit launches a plan to improve access to jobs, housing for disabled residents. You know what? We can't hire the people, our businesses here in Michigan. There is so much help wanted signs everywhere. If you're not working, it's because you don't want to. I here in my little town in Jackson, off spinoff of Jackson County, um, they just posted on the local news Facebook page. The gas stations are looking for help. Yeah, I don't want to hear about it. Yeah. Dingle calls for probe after worker death at Dearborn factory. Oh, yeah, really? Debbie Dingle is calling. Yeah, she's a dingleberry. Is calling on the Occupational Safety and Health Administration to conduct a full and thorough investigation into the safety standards at Dearborn factory following the death of a worker there this month. Well, duh, that's a no-brainer. Autos. AI driving the future of in-car systems. Yeah, I'll stick to my old school cars. Thank you very much. Documentaries on the hook for not keeping it real. And they have a picture of what's his name that uh, died. I can't think of his name. He's right here. And of course, I'm not going to be able to see it. Opinion: get Michigan's missing kids back in school this fall. It'd be nice, but some of us don't want to put a diaper on them when they're older, and it shouldn't have to. It should be like um, most of the other counties in Michigan. Here's mid-Michigan news. UAW gets 1.1 million for lake house built for former president. What? The United Auto Workers Union says they got 1.1 for a lakefront house in northern Michigan that was being built for former president who was sentenced to prison in a federal corruption probe. Cabin 4 at UAW Conference Center at Black Lake was being built for Dennis Williams. He retired in 2018 and in May was sentenced to 21 months in prison in an embezzlement scandal. The property in rural Sheboygan County was originally listed at 1.3 million. The union says it closed on the sale Friday. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Aw. Did she stand or did she kneel? Sorry. I don't keep up with that. It's just something that never really I was really never into the whole Olympic baloney. U.S. lawmaker calls for 10-year pause to all immigration, says Biden opened the gates. By Adrian Mojica, WZTV staff posted. Nashville, Tennessee, Rep. Gosser has submitted legislation calling for an end to all immigration for a period of 10 years. Wow, that's crazy. We can only have walls in DC. Wow. Wow. We saw this on M Live and now we're seeing it here. MDHHS says it stopped ordering COVID-19 doses 6 weeks ago amid waste concern. In Ypsi, Michigan, hundreds of thousands of potential life-saving vaccines are nearing the end of their shelf life in Michigan. According to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, nearly 375,000 doses are within 4 weeks of expiration. State health officials said they stopped ordering the vaccines around 6 weeks ago to try to prevent any doses from going to waste. State data shows about 54% of people aged 12 and older in Michigan are fully vaccinated against the virus. The data shows vaccines in Michigan have slowed in the last few months down to a couple thousand per day. Governor Gretchen Whitmer said Michigan is trying to use up its vaccine doses, but there's limits on what she can do. Well, especially now that they repealed that one law, she can't force anything anymore. I would love to send the vaccines to where people want to get them so that we don't waste a single drop. The problem is we cannot just unilaterally do that. We can't just send vaccines internationally. Whitmer said no, because that's kind of illegal. No, I don't think it's illegal, but I think it's just wrong. So the Michigan Health Department said between 260,000 and 270,000 J&J doses, between 8,000 and 22,000 Moderna, and between 106,000 and 114,000 Pfizer will expire in the next 4 weeks. Michigan is alone with other states also seeing a slowdown on the rates. In June, Ohio was facing a 200,000 J&J dose on the brink of expiration. Federal data shows more than 51 million doses have been delivered across the U.S., have not been administered. Whitmer also said she has asked Biden admin to seek out creative solutions because so long as it is continuing to spread somewhere on the globe, it means that it can continue to mutate and ultimately pose a risk. The Michigan Health Department said they provided J&J vaccines to Minnesota, saying in part, we're working with CDC to try to redistribute vaccines to other states as well as large pharmacy chains within Michigan, as well as urge vaccine providers to share vaccines with higher throughput sites. Also said that Michigan has a memorandum of understanding with Canada to get Canadians who work in Michigan. Puta que te parece? She is. Oh, and Jewel, why are you in the news again, buddy? Is this about that accident you had in the spring? Oh, no, it's not. He spent campaign money at a strip club and said it had great lamb chops, defending the fact that he was using. I'm sorry. He was using his campaign cash at a strip club. Okay, yeah. He spent $221 at the Pantheon Club in Dearborn. Jones says he was there to discuss economic development. Sure, what comes up? Jones tells the Detroit News in a text message that he has to meet people where they're at sometimes. I just can't read that anymore. People really seriously are like not questioning that need to be smacked in the head. Oh, she's gonna focus on affordable housing. Oh, communities across the state are dealing with lack of affordable housing. I've been saying it for years. Go through Ann Arbor and look, they keep all these new, if you look around you, I don't care where you are in Michigan, and you see these new developers and they're building apartments and condos and townhouses, and they're all like, you can buy one for only $325,000. Dude, I can barely afford my house that I'm making payments on that was 65,000 10 years ago. Are you kidding me? I believe it when I see it. I don't trust this woman as far as I can throw her, and believe me, I am not a good throw. I am not sports like. Okay, that was her loving to get on the news again. Flint police see progress in parking lot party crackdowns. Flint City Police, Flint City Council approves helicopter lease for police department. Judge rules. Oh, that's the Shiawass. We already read about that in the M Live and Detroit News. Oh, some residents are still experiencing power outage. We had some storms over the weekend, and they were, man, I think it was, hold on, I came back. It had to be Saturday. It was Saturday when I came back from doing mom's hair in Ann Arbor. And it just, man, it came down at probably about 9 o'clock. It was like a big storm. Ex-airman sentenced to 45 months for leaking drone info. Former Air Force intelligence analyst was sentenced to 45 months in prison Tuesday for leaking top secret information about the U.S. government's drone strike program to a journalist. Daniel Hale of Nashville, Tennessee, has said he was motivated by guilt when he disclosed to an investigative reporter details of a military drone program that he believes was indiscriminately killing civilians in Afghanistan far from the battlefield. In issuing the sentence, the U.S. judge Liam O'Grady cited the need to deter others from disclosing government secrets, and he told Hale that he had other options besides sharing classified information with a reporter. Wow. Violence prompts Portland businesses to invest in armed security and bulletproof vests. Wow. Portland, Oregon, KATU, 6 p.m. With shootings on the rise and law enforcement stretched thin, multiple businesses in downtown Portland, Oregon tell KATU they're taking safety into their own hands. That includes adding bulletproof vests for staff. Multiple businesses said this is the latest step to combat neighborhood violence. Owner Brad McRae said that this comes after a spike in foot traffic in Portland, cutting back on the police bureau's entertainment district detail last year. Candy is also arming security and patting down every customer that walks in the door. Quote, I feel like they are once again leaving it up to us, leaving it up to the small business owner to do what they can. But this isn't really our specialty. This isn't what I'm here for, McRae said. McRae said this is a necessary step to keep people from coming back during this time. A lot of the clientele they comment on it. They say, oh, look, these guys, I feel safe now. And that's what we want to do, is let everyone know that when they're in here, they're safe, he said. Despite last year's entertainment district cuts, Mayor Ted Wheeler's office said it had increased the police presence downtown with more daily foot patrols as well as strategic deployment in certain areas and times. The owner at Dixie Tavern said that's still not enough. Wow. So here, look at July 6, 2021. It was a Twitter. Megan Allison, multiple nightclubs in downtown Portland tell us they've invested. Yep. So it's all over, I guess. KATU, it's on Twitter. Interesting. This is really sad. This poor girl, I don't know what the hell she's been through, but she's been through the mill. Britney Spears files to remove father as conservator of her estate. He should. I heard he's just not cool. Kanye West living in Atlanta Stadium to work on new album. And I've been hearing some shibble about him too. That yeah. Yeah, I don't subscribe anymore. I got rid of this last spring with the Cuties debacle that they had and they wouldn't remove, so I don't watch Netflix anymore. Oh, Days of Our Lives get Peacock limited series spinoff. Isn't that interesting? I don't know what she did to her face here, Lisa. What's her name? I'm gonna click on it. It doesn't say their names on here, does it? Lisa Rena. Lisa Rinna. I don't know what she did to her lips, but she did something to her lips and she just looked ugly. That just makes me very sad. So let's go here. Let's keep going. Oh, hey, this is China. Chinese news. Uh, EU hits vaccine target. U cases drop. Travel bans. U.S. deportation of immigrants worsen in Latin America. Typhoon in Fa. Typhoon in Fa. East China on highest alert amid heavy downpours. I don't even know how to look at their news stuff. It's nothing like, oh, they say the U.S. must be responsible powers. People are ironic at a time when, you know, uh, interesting. U.S. suppression of WHO and scientists. So this is their propaganda. What they are. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And then I thought this was kind of interesting in the United Nations. Progress on tobacco fight, but new nicotine products pose increasing threat. Uh, so this would be the headlines for today in Michigan, and a couple interesting resources across the world. So thanks for sharing your lunch break, or at least my lunch break. News with Nana. Um, I hope you have a wonderful day. Just remember, knowledge is power. Share that power. And remember to be kind to each other. Every house has its cross. You don't know what someone is going through, so just be kind. It's important in these crazy times that we get back to God. And it's funny. We can all laugh and joke and everything else, but at the end of the day, say a prayer for the world. We need it. Um, so that's what I got for today, folks. Have a great one, and hopefully this stays up. Have a good day.